What if Mr. Krabs was actually charged for his crimes? It's a shocker to no one that Mr. Krabs has broken a lot of laws, yet the Bikini Bottom justice system has him running loose, operating the Krusty Krab. Today, that ends. All rise. Case 1. Eugene H. Krabs.
No! It's a tax collector! Hide us, SpongeBob!
Tax evasion. Mr. Krabs has evaded the tax imposed by this title and will receive penalties provided by the law, be guilty of a felony, and, upon conviction, be fined or imprisoned. Knowing how greedy Mr. Krabs is, he's been avoiding taxes his whole life. He founded the Krusty Krab Company at the age of 24, which means he's been operating the Krusty Krab for 55 years. This is a minimum fine of $100,000.
62 cents! I'll take the money.
Mr. Krabs!
Here you go! Look, Squidward, money!
Sponge trafficking. In some areas in the United States, that's between 5 to 99 years imprisonment.
Now you're messing with me money!
Run, Squidward, run!
Intent to commit aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. This is a second-degree felony and a penalty of 2 to 20 years. Alright, Mr. Krabs is on some bullshit. He's literally trying to hurt Squidward here, conjuring up weapons out of nowhere. You're not a magician, Mr. Krab. This isn't Wizard 101.
How about a little support here?
Run, Mr. Krabs, run!
Incitement. Mr. Krabs is encouraging another person to commit a crime. Believe it or not, this is actually illegal.
It's your best friend, SpongeBob.
Stalking. Luckily, SpongeBob helps Squidward away from that maniac, Mr. Krabs.
Or does it?
Printing money. Printing money is extremely illegal. Next thing you know, he's gonna print up Yu-Gi-Oh cards. A little fun fact about me is I used to work at a print shop before YouTube. When I was a kid, I always wondered why people didn't just print out money. I admit I had that same thought as Mr. Krabs, so I researched it. It turns out that money contains tiny red and blue synthetic fibers, meaning you can't just replicate it easily. Throughout this trial, Mr. Krabs has proven to be a greedy man with no morals. In all my years as a judge, I've never seen such terrible behavior.
Here's the real criminal.
Top of the morning!
Behold, the oyster's pearl.
Mr. Krabs stole from a mother. Eugene is extremely down bad. The victim was a child. A minimum 20-year prison sentence applies, and I'm not holding back on this. I'm gonna throw the book at Mr. Krabs. The Krusty Krab is held responsible for the party's injuries and damages.
Mr. Krabs put all our lives in danger with this careless contraption. What were you thinking?
Creating an unsafe environment, collaborating a danger to public safety. What the hell is wrong with you, Mr. Krabs? No documents were signed that their lives were at risk. Therefore, you have no argument here. Medical bills aren't cheap. I order Mr. Krabs to pay $250 million to the victims. Some of these fish will literally never walk again. Fluff you, Mr. Krabs. You're a damn menace to society. Get him out of my sight. I'm looking at a long list of unchecked punishments. You are terrorizing Bikini Bottom.
SpongeBob, do we need any more help down at the Krusty Krab?
No.
We do! Great, she can start right away.
Patricia didn't give Mr. Krabs consent to put his stinky claws on her shoulder. Touching a male or female without permission is actually illegal. Imagine if Mr. Krabs started touching you. How would you feel? This is assault. He made physical contact with Patricia, thus leaving the ball in Patricia's court to press charges or not. That could land you 1 year and $4,000 in fees. And for some of the immature guys in the comment section probably giggling at this, imagine someone touching your sister or mother like Mr. Krabs did, and she didn't consent to it. It puts things into perspective, doesn't it? This works both ways. The bottom line is Mr. Krabs is not a good person.
Patricia, the most beautiful sound I've ever seen.
Mr. Krabs also refers to Patrick as beautiful. That's catcalling. This falls under street harassment, depending on the context, of course. Unfortunately, I can't charge Mr. Krabs for this, unless it occurs in the workplace. Federal and California anti-discrimination laws prohibit harassment in the workplace.
I guess you'll just have to help me finish all this food.
Well, what do you know? Dating an employee? That's highly inappropriate. While this isn't a crime, with Mr. Krabs' track record, I'd like to fine him anyways. But I won't do that because I don't want this to be deemed as a mistrial. What Mr. Krabs did wasn't illegal.
Well, I guess I don't need this disguise anymore.
Oh, let me get this straight. You're not a woman?
No.
Well, then you're fired.
This is illegal. Under Title VII, employers cannot discriminate against individuals based on sexual orientation or gender identity. With respect to firing or reductions in force, Mr. Krabs only fired Patrick at the end because he didn't get to advance romantically. The final verdict for Eugene H. Krabs is 1 life sentence and $260 million in damages. What are your thoughts on this video? Do you think Mr. Krabs is a horrible human being? I know many people don't consider Mr. Krabs to be a villain since he is one of the main characters on SpongeBob. When you dive deeper into the character, you realize he's done some really unsettling things.
How could you trade SpongeBob for 62 cents?
It's even more hilarious that this isn't a cartoon. What do you guys think of this video? What character should I do next from what cartoon or TV show? I'm down to do anything, literally. I'll do Plankton, I'll do even live action shows. I'll do Neville, iCarly, I'll do whatever you guys want me to do. Victorious, literally, I will do any villain you guys want me to find. I will find them and I will charge them to the bone. What was the worst thing that Mr. Krabs ever did? We are at the end of the video, and today I'm going to be highlighting some fan art. This is some fan art done by A. Baldy. When we look at the curvature, the anatomy, this is a very well done drawing, and it seems that the person who drew this did this in a short amount of time. If you guys ever have fan art, make sure to watermark it, send it over, at Calobi on Twitter. So one day you could end up on this list too. You could be featured at the end of a Calobi video. That should be your life goal.